it was my daughter that turned round one day. We were stood in my shop because she was helping me out, and I said to her, I just don't know what to do. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what I want out of life. I just can't stand the thought of being in a full-time job and be struggling every day just to pay a mortgage. If I could have afforded somewhere that had a house on it or had planning permission, then great. It would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for my divorce, I would never have had the money to buy the land. We could have permission just for us to be here. It depends on whether, say, you want a log cabin, in which case you'll need permission to have that log cabin. It is a movable structure and could be taken away if we left the land, but firstly we really need to get the actual small holding set up properly. What our intentions is to be able to live off-grid, whether it be with this land or another piece of land somewhere else that we can get or has already got permission. It depends on what the response is by the local council, etc. If we get this place to a position where it's feasible to be on site all the time, then we could look at this right to reside or planning permission. And if they look at it favourably, great.
Yeah.
We've got enough stables here that we could convert something, which would enable us not to have to necessarily get planning permission, but it would be a right to reside. Although I'm not gonna stop doing it if we can't get any permission, but I also want to do this as a slow, gradual process to be able to find out whether we can really do it. It's about lifestyle, not money. You obviously do need money, and if we do get right to reside, we'll end up having to pay rates.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you own your land, then you obviously don't have any of the bills. But now we've run out of money, and we're literally just living off what we can earn by selling some logs, selling the eggs.
Services.
Sorry?
Services.
Yeah.
I'm still doing a bit of gardening, hedge cutting, and down the pub as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, doing a few hours down the local pub or the local chippy. You know, it's not much, but it's enough.
We don't need it. Don't need as much.
By doing what we're doing and not having the running water, the gas, the electric.
Oh God, the stuff you miss, the essentials, isn't it? But we've adapted.
I don't miss anything.
I think we did it first. We adapted.
I don't know. I think I see it as more of the journey of you come across a problem, so you think to yourself, we can't do this. How can we do it? How can we get over it? How can we achieve it? Like, for instance, just even down to the fact of heating water. You know, we heat it on a jam pot. We put it into a big container, which we then put into a barrel with insulation around it. That keeps the water warm and hot for hours and hours. So if we wanted to have a wash, we can. Well, we have the Reen, which runs through the land, but it's not drinking water. if we want to have a shower here, then we use the rainwater and we just heat it up on a fire. We don't have any electricity. We have a couple of solar panels that we can use so that we can have electric in the caravan. That enables us to be able to have lights, and we've got a few solar lights dotted around that we use. I think I'd like more. We need more. If I could afford it, I'd have the whole roof solar panelled. The response that we've had from the locals has been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And because we introduced ourselves by asking the landlord of the pub if we could sell our eggs locally to local people, and it just sort of started off that community feel. And so, of course, all of the people that we meet, they all realise what we're doing, and they're saying, oh, we've got this, do you want it? Can you make use of it? And it does give you a lift. Without that external input from other people.
I think we'd have probably killed each other by now without that, wouldn't we?
What? Without external input? Yeah, probably.
When you're doing it by yourself all the time, you do get stressed.
It's hard work.
And
it's this what we're doing. It's with all the animals, and because it was such a blank canvas when we got it. And I'm not one of the most patient people. I want it done yesterday, and I have to say to myself, you can't. It's impossible to do it all.
research. Make sure you've got some money.
Yeah.
Because simple things cost.
Try it
Screws,
first.
Nails, wood, everything,
Yeah.
innit? And do your research with the animals. Know what you're getting into. Because
Yeah.
chickens are a lot harder work than the ducks are.
But try not to take on too much too quick. I think a lot of people would look at it and think they just sort of doss about every day. It's a heck of a lot harder than that. There are days when you can't put one foot in front of the other because you're so tired. There's constantly something to do.
Suppliers turning up and stuff. Jack turning up with bits and pieces. He turns up with a load of stuff. You have to sort of sort that out, file it, stuff that's any good.
Everything changes all the time.
But we're adaptable that way, though, I think, aren't we? Because I mean, the polytunnel should have gone up in the summer, but due to other stuff going on, we just didn't have the time. It was dry, so water was a problem. Even though we had the ream, we could pump the water from the ream for the veg patch and stuff. But that was taking a lot of time. Trying to get other stuff done, trying to fit in jobs to earn some money. It's been fun. Yeah. It's been,
November, December wasn't too bad.
It was wet, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was January, February and beginning of March when we had all the snow. It was difficult to get access up and down the lane. Got stuck a few times. But it was beautiful. It was so cold.
Yeah. Water freezing for the animals, that was a big problem.
We're trying to build fencing and do everything and trying to hold just one of those tacks to put fencing up, and you're trying to bang it with a hammer and you're going like this and you can't do it in 20 minutes and you're like, I can't do this anymore. But you know, it's just you deal with the cold, put more clothes on.
It went through you. Your feet were the things that suffered the most.
Yeah, my feet were really bad. I had to keep going into the caravan and putting the gas ring on just so I could warm up a bit.
We've looked at different ideas, haven't we? We'd like to,
everything's changeable. I'd like to be able to have this as a safe haven for anybody, whether they just need a break, whether they have got any kind of special needs, learning difficulties, but have it so that it's a quiet place. This is supposed to be a quiet place so that what we do we can allow other people to enjoy that.
Smiles per gallon, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's that putting a smile on people's faces.
Yeah.
It's the kids that come down. Some great stories to tell one day as
Yeah.
well. I mean,
I don't want it to be a pressure for anybody. I want them to love what we have done and experience what we do. And there's too many people who are stuck to their phones, their jobs.
box series on TV and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that actually coming here will help people to open their eyes. Health-wise, obviously you're constantly moving, lifting, building, fresh air.
Trench foot. The mud, the rain, the cold. No.
But health-wise, I would say, without a shadow of a doubt, it keeps you fit. I want to be walking around and be fit and mobile right up until the day I die. Whereas stuck in a dead-end job just to pay your mortgage and feeling the stress of everyday life, it just doesn't appeal to me.